a tough one this year. It's hot. You know, it's kind of one of these first few days of band camp. Well, it's not the first few days. It's the first few days where everyone's gotten together like this. Of course, you guys started off a little bit last Friday with the leadership camp, but what's this week's camp been like for you so far?
Very hot. Very hot, but I think very productive. I think our freshman team are very promising, and they have a lot of big personalities, and they are very talented coming into this, which is pretty great on our part. A lot of us were really nervous that we weren't going to have a lot of freshmen come into the next class, but we actually got a lot in a lot of sections, so a lot of sections are a lot bigger, which helps fill the bands sound a lot more on the field and stuff, and they're ready to learn, and they're really happy to be here, so I'm glad they are.
And while they're adjusting to your guys' leadership, you guys got to kind of partner up a little early for the leadership camp. I think it was in Excelsior Springs. Kind of how did that help you guys adjust to this new season, knowing that you two had already kind of combined heads a little bit earlier? How do you think that made things a little easier, harder? What do you think?
Well, it was actually in Platte County.
Oh, Platte County. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. And I don't know, we were kind of already friends before, we were selected as drum majors for this season, but really, the drive there and back, it was just a great moment for us to be by ourselves and talk about it, our goals for the band, and setting more goals in drum major camp, and just learning a lot from that about conducting and leadership in general was really great.
And well, I was going to ask you a different question, which is, this is your first year as being a drum major. Of course, Reagan, she did it last year, so she's a little bit more experienced, but what's this like for you to step into this leadership role like this?
I was definitely very nervous when I first found out I was drum major. I wanted to be it the entire year, but definitely getting the role, I was definitely really nervous first going into this, because I had never been a huge leader, especially in front of a band before, and Reagan was just kind of there to help me and help me not be so nervous. She was like, it's great, it's gonna be fine, you're a great leader already as is, and the camp really helped with that, helping me step out of my comfort zone.
And what do you think about this year's show? What was it? Was it Now You See Me? What was it this year?
How to Train Your Dragon.
That's it. Sorry, for some odd reason I mixed that up. But what do you think about the show overall? Of course, that's got some iconic songs in it in and of itself. But what do you think?
I think it's kind of fun, and it's ironic since we like the dragons, and we got these cute little water bottles that the band producers gave us, How to Train Your Dragon, has the year and everything. I think it's real neat that he's doing it. It's very exciting, and the band is also really excited. So.
And what's that like? Little iconography from your guys' youth. I mean, that came out when you guys were wee little kids. So, I mean, what's that like? Kind of dredging something up that you were sitting in front of the TV eating Cheetos or whatever, watching.
It's
It's kind of surreal. It's crazy.
It's one of my favorite movie soundtracks, especially animated movies. Oh, it's so good. And I know the rest of the band's really excited about it. They talk about it all the time, how the music's so cool, and I don't know, it's so in your face, and I'm very excited for everyone to hear it.
And one more question, which is, you guys, I think, did your first steps as a band today. Was that right? Did I see that earlier?
We did our first actual marching and playing.
Yeah, that was it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what was that like when you see those first baby steps like that? You see them put it all together like that.
It just gets you super excited.
I know.
Because then it's the first big step into what you become later on in a few weeks.
Yeah, and you're we're both in front of it, and we're watching it all, and we see how some of the lines are out of order or staggered, and then we get to see through the year on how that's going to progress and straighten out. I think it's really cool.
Absolutely. Well, no, that's all I got. I appreciate you guys' time. Thank you.
The step size will get a lot easier to memorize while playing and marching the more we do it. We're going to do long tone scales and lots of different others. Okay, so a lot of good progress today. Really good out in the field.
It's a hot one this week, and a lot of people, they say marching band, but they don't realize how much athleticism goes into this, where you're blowing, you're marching. You're trying to control your breath at the exact same time, trying to control your body. And in heat like this, what have these first days been like for you guys?
Today's actually been, I think, a better day than yesterday in terms of the weather. The breeze has been a blessing. It may feel a little warmer than yesterday, but the breeze has helped us out a lot. Just talking about how athletic it is. There are a lot of athletic elements of marching and playing together. The reps that we do, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of stopping and standing in between. Marching and playing uses almost every muscle in your body. Waist down, you're moving, and from the waist up, you're using all the technique to play your instrument correctly. And the mental focus it takes also to stay in line with those around you, front and back, left to right, and being able to play is it's a lot to ask. But the kids are doing well.
Absolutely. And tell me a little bit about this year's show. How to Train Your Dragon. Of course, it's it's known for being a visual treat where you got things flying around left and right, but how's that going to incorporate into the show as far as movements and everything?
Well, there's a lot of moving drillers. There is more moving sets for the band this year than last year for sure. Our color guard will have their feature in the second movement, and they've got some special flags for that. They're going to have some rifle movement stuff. They're depending on how we progress through the rest of the month and into September, we'll see what kinds of other things we can add into the show. We'll be competing this year not only at our March Fest on October 15th, but at Carrollton Band Day in Carrollton, Missouri on September 24th.
Absolutely. And now you got not a new crew, you got some experience coming back with Reagan, and of course Abigail coming in there too. How do you feel about your drum majors this year?
Very good. Reagan's just a big ball of sunshine. I think. I mean, she brings laughter and pride and joy to the whole band. She's got the energy for it. Abigail, I think this is a great stepping stone for her as the junior drum major. They both attended a camp over the summer. They both brought home a grand championship trophy. They are in really good shape. Their synergy is great, and I think the band's going to feed off of it.
And how do you feel about it? You guys took your first baby steps of playing and marching, and sometimes you see the potential, and sometimes you see the work you got ahead, but how'd you feel when you were doing that just at the end today?
We only did 3 reps, and by the third one, I felt good. I say, of course, you got to start somewhere, and so that first one definitely had us thinking twice about what to do. But I think that this freshman class is definitely already one step ahead compared to last year. Last year we had 2 classes. The freshman and sophomore class had never been exposed to a full marching band camp before, and so this year with only 1 freshman class, these kids are already ahead of the game, and I think that marching and playing isn't going to have a steep learning curve compared to last year.
Absolutely. And how do you feel about just getting the band back together and getting all the kids together?
It's good. Of course, better weather would have been great, but I think the kids are excited to be back. They're excited by the music, especially. This music that we chose is exciting. It's definitely apropos, being a Cameron Dragon, and I think that there's going to be a lot of educational value in the marching and playing this year, and a lot of enjoyment, and hopefully a really good reception from the crowd.
Absolutely. Well, no, that's all I got. Hey, I appreciate your time, so thank you.
Yes, of course. Thank you.